Kelly Clarkson, My Life Would Suck Without You, here in Xpress and Xtreme. As we welcome you back inside Xpress and Xtreme Studios, we can host a call actually if we want to, if that's available right now. Are we going to host a call? Well, we've had one call. Dan called us in to update us up on the hockey, I believe it was. Hopefully we'll get more calls. Our number is 029-20-781-530 if you don't want to text in or call us in some updates on the fixtures and results. We welcome in Brett Jenkins into the studios for the first time today. How you doing?
I'm all right, you?
I'm doing pretty well. It's good. Good. I'm glad we're sounding good. At least I hope so. And I'm hoping you listeners out there are enjoying us as well. And yeah, well, we've covered a lot of things. What we haven't covered as we are receiving our call. So I'll let you guys have a little
we'll have a banter. We'll have a banter while the phone call gets transferred through. As you all know, here on Xpress and Xtreme Radio, we are having a big Varsity Day. It's the once a year event, isn't it? You know, where there's a little bit of magic occurs. Two teams from two different parts of the country come together in one place, one stadium, to have a battle royale. They will challenge each other physically and mentally to try and win at their individual sporting events. Have we got a phone call straight through now? We couldn't hear him.
I believe the phone calls have now gone through, and we've got Richard Williams on the other side of the line. Richard.
Hello there.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm lovely now watching all the rugby games.
Yep.
So, yeah, latest score in the Cardiff versus Swansea women's rugby. Cardiff lead 19-0, 3 tries, 2 converted.
I'm sorry, say that again? Cardiff in this is men's rugby, is it?
Women's rugby.
Women's rugby, yeah.
19-0 to Cardiff.
19-0 for Cardiff. And is this all on penalties or tries? Or
there was 3 tries, 2 converted.
3 tries, 2 converted. Now, Richard Williams, are you with the Swansea crew or not at all?
No, I'm Cardiff.
You're Cardiff, okay. So you'll be attending the game tonight, I hope?
Possibly, yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Okay, well, get your ticket in a hurry. I think they are going off very quickly. And obviously do get a jacket if you are coming to tonight's game, because it is scheduled to rain in the forecast, but should be playable tonight.
Okay, just for the scores?
I'm sorry?
I've got a lot of other scores if you want.
Yeah, the other scores would be brilliant.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sorry, couldn't hear.
Yeah, women's football, it's Cardiff 0, Swansea 1.
At last, a score for Swansea. Absolutely brilliant.
Men's lacrosse, Swansea beat Cardiff full time.
Yep.
In the football, it's Cardiff 1, Swansea 1 in the second half now.
Okay.
And in the Freshers rugby, Swansea lead Cardiff 8-0. A penalty and an unconverted try. That's in the first half. Swansea are dominant.
All right, Richard, thank you very much for your call. We highly appreciate it, and we wish you a very pleasant afternoon.
Thank you.
All right, take care. All right, that was Richard Williams joining us from one of the fields out there in the Cardiff area. Well, we got a lot to talk about because all of a sudden Swansea are pulling ahead.
Well, it would look like it, doesn't it? You know, it's always nice to have a few extra scores coming in for Swansea. We're hoping that there won't be sort of the same mishap that we know has just happened with the men's football, where Swansea managed to score an own goal, unfortunately. From what I understand, it was actually the goalkeeper who, according to the man on the field, said, unfortunately, he was faffing around. I don't quite know what that means, but I imagine that he was probably having a little bit of, you know, almost Mean Machine-esque tomfoolery with the football, bouncing it around maybe, who knows.
Yep.
And it's gone into his own goal. That's a little bit disappointing, and perhaps he might get a bit of a beating afterwards from his teammates saying, what were you thinking?
That's perhaps very true. I mean, when I watch professional football and you see Peter Cech, the Chelsea goalkeeper, sort of taking it with ease and, you know, taking it nice and easy, well, you wonder, one day he might make a mistake and it might go behind him. Anyway, so you talk about that 1-1 score. In women's football, however, Swansea are on top 1-0, and that's got to be good for them.
Well, this was predicted, in fact, by, as I said earlier, one of our exec members from Xtreme Radio playing today. Unfortunately, she couldn't help us out by doing some radio stuff, but she can let us know about the score, and she will be giving us a bit of a detailed conclusion to the game once it's all over.
Looking forward to that.
But 1-0 ahead already. I've got to say, that is looking particularly good, and I know it's been a complete mixed bag for the women's football between Cardiff and Swansea this year. It's been one game to Swansea in the beginning. The next game was won by it was a draw was the second game, and the third game was won by Cardiff. So all year round it's been incredibly close. and she seemed pretty confident today. She was telling me that she thought that they had it in the bag. No retribution here from Cardiff, it would look like, because they haven't managed to score a goal.
It's not full time though.
This is true.
So
I'm not sure. I think it's about half time at the moment. We're not sure. It could happen. It could all change.
We'll hold on to it, but
we've got to see. We've got to wait and see. It would be nice to win a couple more sports this year rather than last year, which was a bit of a
18-3, but there is hope.
Update from Lee. Women's football 1-1 now. As we're speaking.
As we're speaking, changes are happening.
I feel sorry for you guys. You must be cynical at the end of the day.
Well, you know, we only want to win the varsity rugby. Let's be honest, the men's rugby in the evening. That's all we're really interested in. We're not expecting great things from our other sports, but we live in hope. We live in hope.
That's the way to go. Turning over the page here, let's see. I had something else. Yes, Swansea won and Cardiff won for men's lacrosse. For men's lacrosse, Swansea beat Cardiff full time. So there's one for Swansea in the bag already.
We've won one game of lacrosse. That is always good. Everyone loves lacrosse, and
I've never played it. Have you ever played it?
I've seen it played. I can't say that I've ever taken in sport in general. Really, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not built for that kind of thing. But if I was, I'm sure lacrosse would have been my game. But I understand it's quite complex. You have to catch a ball, run with it with a stick, which does sound highly entertaining. Plus, we've won it, so ha Cardiff. That's what I'm going to say.
Well,
it's about time we had something to be a bit happier about. Let's be honest. Look at the other results. We're not doing so great, are we? Let's be honest.
But hey, the Freshers rugby are doing well, up 8-0. Swansea are in Freshers rugby. So hey, the Freshers might take it. This
is what I say to you every year. You know, we come down. Our freshers are brilliant. You know, and last year was a bit of a blip on the map with the final games. You know, having lost last year wasn't that great for us. But our freshers team won last year. Our freshers team seem to be in the lead this year. Potentially they could win as well. With any luck, we might find that next year's team is almost invincible. Two teams worth of people who've been the freshers teams in Cardiff. Wow. What are you going to do? On home ground as well. It's looking bad for you guys, I'm not going to lie. It's looking really bad. He's got nothing to say to me. He's looking at me. What did I say?
You know, I'm trying to multitask at the same time. I'm trying to think. This is getting very, very complicated, but yes.
Yeah, so many results.
Coming in all at the same time. If you guys are on the field and you just want to let us know what's happening, make sure that you give us a call. Men's hockey has just come in fact. Cardiff won, Swansea nothing. This is looking a little bit sad. Hang on. Oh, 1-1 is, and then it's another. And Swansea has managed to bring it back within seconds. I love how we get texts in that quickly here on Xtreme Radio. And Express. What am I saying? I apologise.
No, it's great. Hey, we're combined today.
Force of habit.
It's force of habit, indeed. Look at that. If you're out on the pitches watching the games, we want to hear from you. Give us a text 077 222 63 888. If you're in Swansea, you can also give us a text and we'll still get it here because we have means and ways. Or just send in an email because you guys love emails here, don't you?
We do.
Excellent. studio@expressradio.co.uk is the way to do that. We do want to hear from you. Just text a mate or send us an email. It's always fun.
Absolutely. Well, I did write Swansea 1, Cardiff 1, but I'm a little bit... in the women's football, I think this is.
That's the women's football and the men's
Swansea
hockey.
1 and the men's hockey as well. So some good balance I think we've seen so far, which is good. But as we have not yet mentioned, 19-0 for women's rugby. 19-0 for Cardiff. They've got 3 tries, 2 conversions, so they lead at 19-0. We'll see if they make mistakes and if Swansea can make it back. I doubt it.
I don't know. I think, the women's rugby, Swansea girls, they really want to win this. They're the kind of team who, might not have started off so well, but potentially they have the power, they have the ability, they could pull this back. And I like to make a prediction that perhaps they will. I think that they'll put it together right now.
It is ambitious because 19 points is a big deficit.
He says that with almost dead certainty, but I'm a dreamer. That's all I can say. I am a dreamer. Hello. we've just had last year's women's rugby was 70-0 to Cardiff. Now, look, don't be sassing us there in Studio 2 with these results. They kind of basically let us think that women's rugby with Swansea isn't going to happen. I think it possibly could. I think the chances are that they'll bring it back. There'll be some sort of miracle